Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and I'm going to go through a little bit of commentary while I run through the Prestige Nightfall. Not while I play, but this is after the fact just because I was running with a couple of friends, so going to go over just a couple of tips and things that I think will be helpful for you guys as you try the Prestige Nightfall this week. Again, this is for October 10th. The Inverted Spire, you have Attrition and Killing Time, those are your modifiers. Biggest thing on Attrition is trying to have your healing up and definitely go for those little light wells to get that healing up quick. But again, don't sacrifice the death because the respawn times are crucial. The other piece is with Killing Time, kill the things that are crucial. So there's certain fights and certain things you do need to kill, other ones that are only, you know, throw a grenade if you can get them in passing, but definitely don't try and kill every single enemy. You'll never finish this in time. So here we go, loading up, and I'll just kind of cover the commentary as we go through. First thing you do when you load in, jump on your Sparrow, and you are going to want to drive as fast as you can straight forward. As it's not Cabal this week, you're not going to get smashed by the ship, but if it ever is a Cabal week, definitely hang on the right side of the road so you don't get smashed. We got a public event on this one going on, which is kind of funny. Actually, we drove by one where the public event was getting ready to start, and we jumped on the rally flag and actually helped out quite a bit for a quick super. So that was a nice bonus, but definitely not anything to count on. So I'm running on my Titan. This is going to be my Arc Titan. So we had actually jumped in where somebody else was doing this as well, but a couple quick grenades, get that stuff going as quick as you can. We got a little lucky here. There was somebody kind of in the middle of it as well. But again, couple grenades, quick shooting, you should still have plenty of time. This part doesn't take too long, depending on the number of enemies you kill and stuff like that. Trying to move on while there's still roughly 8 minutes is kind of what you're going for. Now, again, when it comes to Prestige Nightfalls, the important piece is to make sure you survive. Deaths and respawns, especially all of you do, are much more detrimental than your time than trying to kill a few extra enemies, so survivability is the importance. So as most of this is Vex this week, good scout rifle here will help take out the Vex, Cyclops, and also the Hydras. So just work on those from a distance. If somebody's got a nice arc rocket or anything like that, you know, those are always nice. Arc is a good thing to have in this for a lot of things, just kind of helps with the damage types that you're dealing with. But scout rifles are good. I'm using Nameless Midnight here as mine. I've also got my Uriel's Gift just because it's got solid range on an auto rifle, so not too much of a drop off there. And going through. So again, take these out as quick as you can. Rockets are helpful. Don't forget those little light wells so you can get your shield back going up, and then jump on through. This is a pretty efficient run that we have, so again, if you're a little bit off, we had some time left over, so don't worry too much about that, but I have to thank out my buddies Yannick and Doldris there. So Tatian and Doldris, thank you guys for the help. They're part of my clan. Again, if you're interested in the clan, legendary emblems only. Just kind of goofing around, always having some fun in there. Nothing too specific, but if you're ever looking for a group or some clan engrams, let us know. See about getting you in there. Again, running through this section, got about 7 minutes to go, so again, killing as much as you can. For here, if I'm on my Titan, I'll try and come down. Sometimes I'll go for the charge, but again, sometimes that's bit me in the butt. So pick off these guys first up here, and then just try and come up to this ledge. Without falling off either, because I've done that before. And just sit up here and try and pick off all these goblins. They're going to come to you. One or two of you may want to stay back while one pushes forward, just so the enemies start coming in. If you're down here, just hide behind the rock, watch your cover, healing rifts. Barricades are going to be beneficial for your survival. And just stay in cover. Again, surviving is important. You're not going to be out there getting a whole lot of these healing wells, just because the enemies are going to be pressing up on you. Grenades are going to be crucial, as a lot of the enemies will funnel through this left side over here, so watch for those. The big things to watch out for are the Hydras here. Scout rifles are going to do a decent amount of work, but it's going to take a little time, as they are mini-majors. They've got a decent amount of health to them, and potentially some are going to hide. When the second wave comes in, you're going to have a lot more goblins coming in, so again, another grenade is going to be a huge benefit if you can time it right and get it in a good place. Now, what I will say about supers is, when it comes to the boss, the first phase is very important to burn through as fast as possible. So watch your timing. Make sure one or two of you have heavies, have supers that are going to burn through the boss in that first phase quickly. So here, something you can do, I've used my super before. You're probably going to get it back, but again, there's other places where it's more useful. So if you don't need it here, try not to waste it here if you can. Just kind of work through this one safely. Taking out these Hydras, I kind of come over here, I'm on the side, burning him down as he's got a distraction already, and just melting him down with Merciless. So nice group effort. Unless you hit those Cyclops with a fusion rifle, don't be near them when they die. They have that little explosion on the ground. So again, we usually seem to be somewhere around 6:45 to 7 minutes, 7:15, somewhere right in there when we finish that section. So that's kind of a good gauge if you want to see how you're doing. On this next section, honestly, you can run through a lot of it. Now, usually when I fall down, there's one spot where I just have barely a grenade up, so I can throw it down and get like 4 quick goblin kills. But besides that, I usually don't spend too much time here. So those are usually grouped up in 3 or 4. So I throw my grenade, get those quick kills. You can see them just kind of tick over as they take their damage. Here, again, falling down all the way through. Basically, if you want to charge over, slow your fall down. I barely saved my fall there, but again, it worked because I hadn't gone too far forward, so I can res my buddy. Now here you can do it a couple ways. You can jump on your Sparrow here, or just when you get down on the platform below, but you want to do it quickly because, again, you're not getting your health back. So jump on your Sparrow, be careful. Sometimes they're fighting some Cabal in here. There's a little fire on the ground, so be careful. Weave back and forth if you need to. Stay on this right-hand side. I go on the lower route, but over there in the upper route, you can stay up there as well and kind of avoid most of the crazy. As my buddy was already up ahead, it kind of despawned some of the enemies, but if you just follow the similar route, you should have a safe path over to this right side. There are 2 officers you need to take out. The first one is only on this right side. He's down in. But as soon as you get over here, you're going to have a Scion and also a Colossus up top. You want to make sure you're watching those. If you can come up here and do a little damage to them, that's fine. Again, watch out for the Scion. If the Colossus is distracted and you go for him, that's fine, but again, watch the enemies inside through these little windows. Now, my buddies are working on taking out the officer inside. I'm trying to take out the Colossus so he doesn't wreck us from above, just because those guys hurt like crazy. But keep working him down. He's done. Just one thing you do not want to worry about, a little bit of ammo. Now, I've got a grenade up, and you've got a huge group of enemies over there, so I'm just going to throw 1 grenade, get a few extra kills for time. The officer is straight below me, the first one is, so you can shoot him through the windows, use some rockets. He's got an arc shield, so any arc damage is going to help drop that shield quicker. You're going to have a couple Minotaurs roaming around, so make sure you take those out. Watch for them if they charge up. And then down at the bottom on this right-hand side platform, you're going to have the other officer you need to take out. So if you've got arc grenades, arc melee, anything to drop his shield down quickly, and again, I just try and burn him down with Merciless. You want to make sure you hit that little switch back behind me there. Don't go past it. Then once this thing kicks off, then it will shoot you across. Here you're going to have some enemies up top. I get a little over the top because I'm kind of by myself here, so be careful about getting killed. This dude just came up on me, and I just had no health, so I got squished there. My 2 friends came over. When they come up, apparently it's just going to pretend that I fell all the way down, but I'll get a res here shortly. Taking these guys out quickly is important. You want to get down and activate the next section as quick as possible. So burn through these guys, these couple Cabal. Apparently I'm just going to shoot my fusion rifle straight into the wall there. But drop down. One of you guys can come over here and activate this one. It takes a little while for the Ghost Reticle to come up, so keep sitting here, holding square, trying to have somebody focus on the ads. Once you see it's activated, you can actually see the 2 little, those things right here, rotating around. You'll know you have actually done what you need to do to kick it off. I'm pretty much really low on health, so it's time for me to, I did get a little health up. I'm trying to save my super because we know there's going to be some more ads, and we're trying to share orbs when possible. Now, again, be careful, use the cover when you need, but as opposed to just riding those things around and letting the Cabal kill you and waiting for the respawn, you can kill most of the Vex, and it's going to help you for the time. So spend the time in here, work together with grenades and supers and things like that. Try and trade orbs if you can. You want to maintain your super because you don't have that much more time to build it up, so if you're not going to be trading orbs, definitely be careful. Spend a little extra time, but try and kill as many of these as you can for the time bonus. Now, when you get to about 85%, you're going to notice the little things are rotating over here. It's getting ready to start. The third wave of enemies that spawns, and you can maybe delay killing 1 or 2 to pause that a little bit. When you get up here about 80-90%, you're going to want to get ready to move as quick as possible. As soon as this thing activates and rolls over, jump straight in. You don't want to spend long here because the enemies that show up are going to get a little hectic and hairy, so get through that thing as soon as possible. That's the thing. Once you're at about 85-90%, just get ready to move. Don't spend any time there. It's not worth the next wave of enemies. Now this one here will kill these Incendors just so we got a clean run. Want to make sure we're good. Rockets are good. Arc rockets, all those arc shields will kind of explode and help each other die. I'm using my arc Uriel's GIF here. Now this is the point where it kind of differs. I'm going to blow through a head, and if you go in by yourself and you're the first one, you have the best shot at this. Pretty much what I'm going to do is fall down, jump on my Sparrow, and go. My 2 friends are going to hang back and kill as many enemies as they can, so they're going to work on a time bonus as I try and get to the boss room and pull them to the boss room with me. So you guys are going to see me drive through. They just literally hang back, work together, stay safe, and try and kill as many enemies as possible. If you stay right here on this path that I'm on and you're the first one out here, it seems pretty consistent that the enemies won't be too quick to spawn, and you get a pretty clean run over here to the boss room, fall on down, and then just work straight in the boss room. So just run straight in. While your friends are in the back, you'll see some seconds pop up as they're going through. They're killing Minotaurs, enemies in the back, so it's helping me move forward to pull them to me, but they're continuing to kill enemies. So it's a group effort, nice way to work together so you guys can continue to get a little extra time, but also still progress through the strike. It's kind of a communication thing. Again, if you're doing a prestige, definitely make sure you're on mics. It's important. So when you come down here, these guys do have arc shields. So if you throw like an arc grenade down, it's going to help speed this process along. The major little harpy here is going to be a bit of a pain. Now these harpies are rough. That's why this first phase of the boss is really, really important to burn him through it as quick as possible. I'm going to come over here because I've got my super, and basically what's going to happen is I told my friends, hey, you guys use your heavy, but save your supers, and as soon as he comes in, give him a second to make sure you can do damage, and I'm going to slam him as much as possible. Nice thing about Striker, I can get back into the fight, and he's standing on those little pulses over and over and over. Now again, as I'm up here, he lands on top of my head and I'm dead. They're going to come over and get me. So again, watch where he teleports to. He goes to random locations you never quite know, but he moves a lot right now. There's more and more and more harpies that spawn quickly, so it's really important you focus damage on him, heavies, grenades, anything you can to push him through this phase. Once you see that he's immune, you know you're moving on to the next one. Any more than about 30-45 seconds there, maybe a minute max, when all those harpies start sitting around, if you're dead and trying to respawn and do damage, it is insane. Second phase is pretty simple. So let him fall down. You're going to fall down. If you stand on any of these little circle things that are around, some of them are shorter than others, you can actually stand on the little piece that I'm going to stand on behind it here. I'm trying to get to one. I'm not standing on the right one, but if you stand on this, when he flames the floor, if you guys know what I mean by that, you're going to be safe on either side. When he does the middle and he does the outside, you're still safe on each of these little platforms. Just work together, burn him down pretty organically here, just with straightforward DPS. I'm going to try and go merciless, but we've already burned through him. It goes pretty quick there if you just focus. Heavy, grenades, a decent amount of damage there is important. The third one is where it kind of gets a little tricky. So you're going to fall down. If you're a Titan, slow your fall early. You're going to have these first initial guys that spawn here, just the goblins. Take those out pretty quick. Good time to get a few healing wells on the ground. Nice time to get a bright engram. Nice distraction on the screen. Now, having at least one warlock with you is going to be beneficial for that healing rift. You don't always have orbs to pick up, so that healing rift is going to be nice. Now here is a good time to start burning your heavy. Working him down, trying to get as much damage into him as you can. Now again, I'm trying to get as much done as I can early just because I have Merciless and I've only got so many options to use it on. He's probably the best bet. Now from here, you just want to start working him down. Once you pop his head off, he's going to come up on the platform, and that's when it gets kind of bananas, and that's where supers and things are going to be important. I'm saving my super till then. So at this point, it's going to get a bit crazy. I'm trying to pop my shield, but you're going to have enemies that literally spawn everywhere around you. If you look on the minimap, it's a full circle. Try and hit those little, yeah, it's rough. Try and hit those healing wells when possible. One of my friends popped the super to try and clear as many ads as he could. Some ad clearance there, like, you know, Stormcall or anything like that is going to be beneficial, but he just stepped on him like a bug. So now we're all waiting to respawn. One thing to keep in mind, if you just spawn in singly at a time, you're going to get focused very, very quickly, and it's difficult. Now I've got a grenade charged up. I know I did before I died. I'm going to sit here and not respawn. We still have 2.5 minutes. He's pretty low, so we should be okay on time. I wait. I'm sitting here talking to my friends the whole time, saying, how much time do you have left to respawn? So when he's down to 0, then we can all spawn in together and at least somewhat split the focus between us so we can all kind of do different things. I'm going to throw my grenades out. The other one's going to pop his super as well, so supers here are important. Look for those healing wells when possible. Again, I think I get worked pretty quickly. So we're doing all right. I'm trying to get to a healing well if I can. I barely get to one, and now I just start smashing away. So I'm doing as much as I can, leaving him some areas on the ground that he can stand in. And again, just keep using those supers. It's a nice way to burn through them. Things like Golden Gun are going to be helpful, and he went down right there. So that is generally it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you got any questions. It was Arc Titan and 2 Warlocks. Those healing rifts are beneficial. Again, if you've already done the Nightfall, your gear drops don't really change. As always, guys, follow me on twitch.tv/Ebontis. On Twitter, you can find me as Ebontis there. My buddy had to respawn all the way up top and fell all the way down, which is funny. And saved it. Perfectly timed jump there. And as always, guys, thank you for the support. Hit that subscribe button here on YouTube. I will keep the content coming your way. Thank you guys for everything. Hope you found this helpful. And I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.